Are you ready for a red-hot edition of Horsepower? Well, guess what? You've come to the right place. Later, we're heading to the World Street Nationals in Orlando, where this year's Street Racer Bash is hotter than ever in more ways than one. Now, you won't believe the action from qualifying all the way to the fantastic finals. Meanwhile, a lot of you have been asking what's happened with the 55 SS. Well, here it is. Just arrived at Paul Atkins Interiors and Seats in Cullman, Alabama. Now, Paul and his crew are getting ready to perform some of their interior magic, but first, how about a little flashback of what we've done so far? We started with an Art Morrison GT Sport Classic chassis designed with 21st century technology just for the shoebox, which originally came with a frame that came up way short in the area of torsional stiffness. Then we added a Curry Track 9 rear end, a strange coilover suspension, Willwood brakes with 13-inch rotors and 6-piston calipers up front, and for power we dropped in a GM Performance Parts 502 big block backed up by a TCI 4L80E tranny. The exhaust is a 2.5-inch Flowmaster system with Hush Power mufflers. Then we made it a true roller with Nostalgia GT wheels on BFG rubber. We added a front runner accessory drive that comes with a water pump, alternator, and mini compressor for the AC. We fabbed up some Pure Choice brake lines and ran them along the new fuel lines. Then dropped the fiberglass body onto the frame using a special 2-motor hoist that John Bohannon made just for this kind of heavy lifting. Now, the last time you saw the 55 SS, the body was fully prepped at Bohannon's before several coats of Viper Red paint and clear coat. Well, now it's Paul Atkins' turn. He's an interior artist whose work has appeared in countless car and truck magazines. Among his many achievements, Paul's earned the coveted Riddler Award that goes only to the best in his business.
You don't put the same interior in every car because every car has got a personality of its own and a style of its own, and you got to do the interior to match the car. We've always said around here the best part's seeing them leave on the trailer, but now it is when you're done and it's really you're looking at what you've accomplished and what's turned out really good. This car also needs some wood put in the headliner so the headliner would have something to attach to. Garnish moldings, they need to be checked and seen if they're going to fit the car or not. We're going to put these in place. They fit pretty good. They need a little clearance under the bottom, but all in all, pretty good.
Okay, we're back a few days later, and now the shoebox is pretty well prepped and ready for this interior decorating deal. First order of business, door panels.
Here's what I come up with, Joe, for the seats and door panels for the 55 SS project.
It looks great, but how do you come up with an idea like this?
I kind of surprise myself every now and then. I sit and draw until I come up with something I think suits the car. Every car needs something different.
Paul first must transfer his sketched out vision onto the door panel's cardboard backing. Then his talented team can go to work in a whirlwind of cutting, gluing, laying down foam, and more of the above as the panels begin to take shape. It's an arduous process before they can finally cut the Recaro leather and sew it to create the design. For the panel's armrest, Paul starts with a block of wood, which is cut to shape, sanded, backed with cardboard, covered with foam, and then the soft brown leather.
So how'd Marvin do? What do you think?
Great, both of you. Okay, here's the seat frame for the 55 SS. Paul, where'd you get this thing?
ISS from Fort Worth, Texas furnished these.
Okay, sometimes you do these from scratch, but
sometimes
we don't need to this time now. It comes with foam, but I got a feeling you probably tweaked on this a little bit, didn't you?
We just done some minor changes to it, but all in all, it works pretty good. We rounded these just a little more.
Okay.
They were square before, so we brought them in and sloped this off a little bit. So just to change it up.
Creating seats that make a statement while making the riders comfortable is a painstaking process too. A lot of sewing, test fitting, and more sewing until the fit is perfect and the material can be glued together. Well, talk about riding in style. I can't wait to see the rest of the interior completed. Well, I got to tell you something, I'm a little bit frustrated. You see, several weeks have passed, the interior's not finished. It's not even at the interior shop, it's back here at Bohannon's, and let's go in and find out what's up.
Well, we ran into a little problem.
Little problem.
Our dash, when you put the dash in to fit the cowl on the car, the tapered back to where it met the door, the trim on the door, it was sitting at an angle. And what I had to do, I had to raise the front of the dash up to where it would be parallel back here. So I've had to add this much to the dash.
That's a lot.
So it fits the contour of the windshield here, and then it comes down and runs parallel with the trim molding on the doors.
You happy with this?
I'm happy with these.
All right,
yes.
good. Okay, here's some good news. The 55's exterior gets finished today thanks to some reproduction parts from classic Chevy. Check this out. These 5 shiny pieces go together to make a front bumper. I can't wait to see what a difference this is going to make. These reproduction side trim pieces also make a big difference, giving the car a more real steel kind of look. Well, I know one thing, in a few weeks, and we promise, you will get to see the 55 Shoebox finished inside and out. Meanwhile, stay tuned for some hot times at Orlando Speed World.
We're going to do our thing in Pro Street this year. We're going to try to take the big boys out.
The hottest event out there. It's the race that everybody comes to before they go to rest for the winter. Everyone comes down on Thursday, goes to Race Rock, has a few drinks, tells some war stories. Then they come here and they race. There's still pressure, there's still competition, but no matter what place you leave here, whether it's first or last, you still had a great weekend. Carl's put on a great show here.
Nothing like the warm Florida sun and a cool racetrack, but we didn't come here to catch rays. We came to catch 250 of the fastest street cars in the world. That's right, it's the World Street Nationals. Better hang on.
I can't believe it. 73 Super Pro street cars. We put out 110 tech cars. You know, I mean, I keep saying it's the biggest door slammer, all heads-up racer in the world. I guess I keep saying it, and it is.
If you're a drag racer who only competes in one event a season, this should be it. The World Street Nationals has reigned as the ultimate annual quarter-mile blowout for 12 years running. Many hundreds of cars and some trucks competing for 32 qualifying spots in 4 classes. Now the baddest being Super Pro Street, where it should take a high 6 ET qualifying run to get in the program. And competitors are using all 3 major power adders to make the cut. For veteran Mike Moran, his choice is turbocharging in his Monte Carlo.
We're going to try and set it up soft. We want to get in the field first and then worry about stepping on it later. So generally our deal is every year is trying to set it up soft for the first one, see what we got. You know, hopefully we can get it down the track without shaking. Then based off the information from that pass, we'll try and step on it for the next one, if there is another one.
A supercharged contender in the class is Todd Tutterow, who won the annual North-South Shootout recently with a blistering 4:19 eighth mile run, but can he lead the quarter-mile pack here in Orlando?
I'm just used to running the eighth of a mile, so when I look up, I'm just halfway there. I just get to go along for a ride this time.
What do you think it's going to take to make it all the way to the finals in this deal?
I don't know. Everybody says, you know, the quickest anybody's ever been here is a 61, but I expect to see somebody in the 40.
Well, is Mustang capable of that?
I think we are.
Of course, don't forget the gas. Nitrous, that is. It helped Mark D'Antoni win 3 Super Pro Street crowns here in a row. This time he debuts a 41 Pro Mod Willys using not only nitrous, but a trick he's got up his sleeve.
Well, the biggest trick we got up our sleeve this year, and I'm only going to tell you now because by the time you guys are watching this, I would already have won the race. We put a 4-speed transmission in here. It's a Lenco clutchless unit, and that's going to give us, the track is so bad right now that we're going to have a bigger drop in the transmission from first to second. And what that's going to do is help the clutch slip a little bit more than normal, but that's what it's going to take to get down this racetrack today.
The hot sun made for some tricky track conditions, with many racers struggling to keep the tires planted. This Hemi-powered 54 Studebaker had trouble keeping his wheels and tires on the car. Yep, here's one Studi that won't see track duty for some time. The 2 days of qualifying were a spectacle in themselves. D'Antoni would go on to qualify 7th after arriving late on Saturday. Tutterow felt pretty much at home on the quarter-mile strip, and his 663 was good enough for 3rd place. While the turbo guy Moran barely stayed in the hunt with a 31st position. Well, Saturday qualifying continued into the night as racers in all classes fought for a place in Sunday's Super Bowl of drag racing. Wow, after 3 rounds of fast times and the wildest rides I've seen at this track, we're heading into eliminations. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
Welcome back to Horsepower, where the racing is really hot. Right, girls? Yeah!
It all starts with a power party at the Race Rock in Orlando. Then moves on to Speed World for the supreme street race car competition, known throughout the globe as the World Street Nationals.
It's the most awesome thing I've ever seen. It's my first time here. I just think it's just the best.
One of the things I've learned to expect is the unexpected at the World Street Nationals.
Yeah, like this. Elliott Thompson was #1 qualifier in Heavy Street, heading into eliminations. Suddenly, his turbocharged 91 Camaro was engulfed in flames from a tranny fire. He was okay, but so much for his World Street Trophy dreams. The first couple of rounds of eliminations were full of upsets, like Pro Street icon Pat Busey going out in round 1, along with our turbo powerhouse buddy Mike Moran.
Well, with round 1 of the World Street Nationals taking place here, I'm going to tell you this is one awesome weekend. The hot dogs are phenomenal. The parts and the accessories we found down the manufacturer's midway are awesome. And the hairspray I stole out of Joe Elmore's trailer, it is just holding up to be one of the best hairsprays I've ever used. Come on back and we're going to enjoy round number 2 in just a moment.
Somebody kill his mic, please. Southern hero Todd Tutterow made it to round 2 before a close race sent him back to his trailer. And now onto the finals. In the radial tire class, top qualifier Rick Head had it easy after fighting his way to the big one, beating Dennis Bailey with his 873.
We struggled a little bit in the middle of the day, blew the tires off a couple times, didn't know what we were doing, found ourselves, and here we are. I couldn't be happier. I want to thank my crew, Josh and Greg over there, and my wife Beth, and all the California people. West Side!
In the 10.5 Outlaw class, Tim Lynch, who's been here many times before, posted a 729 to beat fellow Georgia boy Mike Calvin. How'd you do it?
Well, I got some good chassis guys with me helping, and you know, that really helps when you got someone here that can read the track and help set the car up per round, you know, and we've been changing it per round all day long too.
3 turbos won today, I think.
Yeah.
What does that say about
That's
that?
a change for Orlando because you don't see too many turbos down here winning, and we're glad to finally put one in the winner's circle for 10.5.
I guess you're sticking with that, huh?
Yeah, we're not going to change that.
And now onto Heavy Street. Ron Galobo, who broke a motor here last year, finally got a taste of victory with this 760, 184-mile-an-hour win.
We come out here qualified number 10, the first pass.
Take these guys out to dinner.
Oh yeah, we're going. We're going for crab.
Woo!
All right.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Robin.
Yeah.
Good job.
All right. Thank you.
Leading up to the Super Pro Street Final, Chuck Samuel replaced a motor before knocking out D'Antoni in round 2. Later, he and his 2000 Mustang took out Steve King's Viper in the semifinals. Then in the final round, it's a close one, but Samuel sails past Mike Steele to win his first ever World Street title after many tries.
Yeah, we were just putting our runs back to back and trying to do the best we could without making mistakes. And we broke an engine in the, I think it was quarterfinals, so that set us back. And so the semis was a little draw at the straws and get the clutch right. We made it through, and then we had something to work with for the final.
Throughout history, the Baseball World Series has been the ultimate annual competition. But to lovers of horsepower, it's an event that happens every year in Orlando. The World Series of Streetcar Drag Racing.
If you've got a LT1 powered Camaro, Corvette, or Firebird with a few miles on it, well, chances are the clutch is probably trying to give you the slip. Well, now you can swap it out for this street clutch kit from Hayes. This 11-inch high-performance replacement is engineered as a matched assembly, and it'll fit 93 to 97 models. Now, the pressure plate is fitted with heavier springs to reduce slippage, while the disc features an aggressive friction material. They'll work together to get you off the line quicker and with more consistency. Now, the kit also includes a matched throw-up bearing and this handy little pilot shaft to help you get things lined up. The price, well, you won't feel shafted there either. It's about $250.
Here's a sound choice for your street machine. It's Edelbrock's new SDT chambered muffler. Now, it features a fully steel welded case on the outside and their sound deflection technology on the inside. Now, this baffle design uses no filler, so there's nothing that can burn out or deteriorate. The aluminized finish will give you an extra long life to go with the great performance sound. Now, they're available with a variety of different offsets with pipe ranges up to 3-inch. The price? Well, that'll depend on your application.
Speaking of applications, Goodmark has stamped out replacement sheet metal for virtually all muscle cars, and their latest is this quarter panel for Dodge Challengers, years 1970 to 74. Now, using high-quality steel and state-of-the-art stamping technology, this reproduction is accurate right down to the fit on the door jamb, the sail panel, and the tail panel. Now, this could be a great way to bring your old E-body back to its glory days for a price of about $500 a piece. Well, that's it for Hot Parts and this week's Horsepower. We'll see you guys next time.